I built this boat from scratch, as you'll probably see in some of the photos already on Craigslist. And this is my goodbye video for my YouTube guys that were following along on any of this. So yeah, I'm getting ready to move overseas, so I'm going to let this thing go. Let me give you some of the highlights. It was built in 2015. It's built of 3/4 inch AC ply, 3/4 inch AC exterior ply. All the parts came out of Home Depot as far as the wood on the boat. It has an exterior glass skin on the outside and over the bottom. The inside is natural wood. I did just paint it last week, and I was going to sell it. The inside needed a paint job, but I went ahead and touched up the outside in a couple spots where it needed it, and I went ahead and repainted the inside. The running gear on the trailer, I went ahead and replaced that when I built the boat in 2015. I put a new axle on it. New springs, new wheels, everything. Their bearings are greased and ready to go, and there's a spare set of bearings that go with the trailer. I've had this trailer for about 15 years, but I rebuilt it when I built the boat. So this is the interior of the boat. It's nice and open. It's a New England work boat. And I like the open space. I mostly use it for fishing, but you know, you can throw everything, camping gear, whatever you want if you want to go out and play. I run this boat offshore. I typically do not go more than about 20 miles out. It's very high in the gunnels, as you can see. I don't care if I had a Chris Craft that was 21 foot or anything else, 21 foot in the Gulf. That's just, I've been a professional captain for many years. These boats are not designed to go further out. We don't need to get into that, but I also run over in the Atlantic, and I'll stay out in the Atlantic when it's quite rough in this thing. When all the other 20 and 21 footers have gone home for the afternoon, I'll still be fishing. It's sort of a universal boat. What I use for seating is coolers. I had that cooler, and I had one that's like 4 foot long. I forgot what the quart capacity is on this thing. It's my fish box. So I carry a fish box. That there was my driver's seat / cooler. And then I'd have one cooler here, big 50-quart cooler either here or here, depending on how I'm fishing, and then my live bait well up in the front there. So, and then if you're not fishing, you can use the coolers for seats or whatnot. And if you want to take the kids out, you can sled behind this thing, and kids that are probably under 100 pounds ought to be able to ski behind it without any problems. It'll do towing kids and some people in the boat. You're going to be doing around 16 or 17 knots. When I'm fully loaded and I go offshore to fish, that's what I'll cruise out. If it's flat calm, I'll cruise out at about 17 knots on this thing, which is about 18 or 19 miles an hour. The motor is a 1998 Evinrude, which I've owned for quite a few years. It was pretty low time when I got it. I was fishing it on another boat for many years. Second here, put this down. So I've changed a few things on it because I prefer simple over expensive. It's got a Minkuni fuel pump. Minkuni fuel pumps like this are about $35 or $40. I flew behind one of these on my airplane. I had an experimental airplane, and if it was good enough for my experimental airplane, I thought it was safe enough to run offshore on. I changed all the electrics on this motor in 2015 when I built the boat, because I was going offshore. So it's got a new stator under here, new coil, new power pack. This is a charging stator. I did not change that. If that went out, it would not affect you if you were offshore. It would not keep you from starting the boat. But all the electrical components that could give you an issue or whatever, I changed in 2015. It's got really good compression. Carburetors were just cleaned. I had left them with auto gas in there in the fall, and 2 or 3 weeks in the summer heat, and auto gas will go bad. So those have just been rebuilt, so they're nice and clean. The fuel in the tank right now is recreational, what do they call it, off-road recreational. What I prefer myself is aviation fuel. Aviation fuel does not spoil. It's 100 low lead. They call it 100 LL at the airport. But you can put it in your machinery. Anywhere you put regular gasoline, you can put that stuff, and 2 years later, you can go and start it. It'll start right up. So a tip on that. But anyway, this is my boat. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. I'm moving, so time to pass it on to somebody else.